Hi there, Cancer. Welcome to your end of December 2023 tarot update, wrap up for 2023. This is kind of a special spread. It's a slightly different spread than I do, but same basic premise, I guess you could say. So put a little bit further back. And then I'm just going to have 3 cards for 2020 going into 2023, actually going into the year. So I did pick a card for another sign, and it seemed more like it was for the immediate future than just the whole year. So anyway, so let's go here. We have as the central theme the Son of Wands, which is the Page of Wands. No, not the Page of Wands, the Knight of Wands. So that's what is a little bit confusing about some decks when they don't do what I'm used to, you know. So the Knight of Wands is a card of being more adventurous, and maybe that's something that you've had to kind of take into this or learn a lesson about in life for some reason in the past, I would say more than a few years, because you've had some other things. You've had instability when you had, I don't want to talk about astrology too much, but sometimes we have to let go of certain things, and we have to trust that they're going to manifest in a great way, other things that we're making space for, and that takes courage, and the knight is the warrior. So this is a card that is supposed to be associated with Sagittarius, and Sagittarius is a fire sign. Wands, anytime you get wands, it's really about your own personal ambitions and autonomy, creativity. So the lessons, we have Page of Wands, and this is about your passion projects and how, see, that's a big one for Cancer, because you may realize, hey, you know, like you're finding yourself. Hey, the things that I have such a passion for, these are actually the things that I should have been developing more, but I was like on this other track of like trying to feather my nest. I was trying to make everything so safe that I forgot to be happy, because wands can be about passion and joy in life, and you know, people are deserving of that. I always say we didn't come here to keep our bodies alive. I mean, obviously that is one of our goals, but it's not a very lofty goal. That's just something that we do. It's a mundane goal. But we came here for so much more than that, and so many people, they're so focused on keeping their bodies alive that they like forget about these higher things. And then we have the 3 of Swords, it looks like, but it's reversed. So the 3 of Swords, when it's upright, is a card of feeling rejected, being in a lover's triangle, and that can create that emotional pain as well. But this is in the reverse position. So I feel like some Cancer people, whether you went through a painful situation like that where you felt, and this is something that Cancer people sometimes are vulnerable to feeling rejected. Sometimes even when you're not actually being rejected, but let's say something did happen. Some of you must have lost your jobs. It's just statistically obvious that some of you would have lost your jobs, but that didn't mean you had to tell yourself that meant something about you personally, that it meant that you weren't good enough. And some of you are learning to do that more and more because you've had to. You've had, a partner walks out. Maybe a partner has been cheating. And some people just automatically assume there's something wrong with me. I'm inadequate in some way. And then they learn, wait a second. It may have, nothing to do whatsoever with me and more about that person and what they're looking for. Maybe they're looking for a different type of person. That doesn't mean that there's only one type of person in this world. I mean, I know I'm really simplifying it or being simplistic about it, but sometimes it is, we take things so personally that have nothing really to do with us. So, also another thing too is learning how to leave a situation before being rejected. So you're on the job and you notice that you're suddenly not being treated well by your supervisor, or there's like this weirdness with your coworkers, and you sense, being a water sign and being really tuned in, that something is going on behind the scenes. Now, in some cases, the person might just become obsessed with, maybe a Scorpio person. I got to find out what the deal is. But sometimes the best thing is just to surrender and just say, I guess it's no longer advantageous for me to work here because there's something going on. I don't know what it is, but it's not good, and I don't feel these good vibes anymore. So being able to kind of be self-directed and do that can be awesome. So anyway, there's that. Now these are 3 cards for 2024. The first one is Father of Cups, King of Cups. If you're looking for love, this could be a mature water sign, a person who doesn't play emotional games. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio individual, or somebody who has a strong element here. This can be a spiritual advisor or and I would say especially like a male, some kind of spiritual teacher, some healer, some therapist that you are going to, even like a marriage counselor, if that's something that you feel you need. And that could be based on some 3-party situation. Maybe you walked away from a 3-party situation that you were involved in, where you were the other man or woman, or you are realizing that you need to do so. And so you're seeing a counselor about your primary relationship and deciding, because we have here the Ace of Cups, so that's actually a card of new love, and that's kind of funny. But actually I was thinking, well, what kind of transits could be producing that? And for Cancer people, your 5th house, not only your 5th house is Scorpio, and you had a lunar eclipse there in May. So maybe that was what kind of emboldened some Cancers to leave an affair, or kind of like, when I say sever love, I don't mean like invite hate or anything like that, but just have that sense of like, okay, I'm done with that situation with that person, and it no longer controls you. So this could be new love coming into your life. And then we have, and we actually did have a new moon in Scorpio in November, so that might have been something that just recently occurred. But that could be the continuing story of 2024. And then we have the card here, the 9 of Cups. This is the card of wish fulfillment. Or is this the 4 of Cups? No, this is the 9 of Cups. I don't know. I wasn't even like counting the cups. I think I would have seen that it wasn't 4. But my brain is still working. Um, yeah, this is the card of wish fulfillment. So this is really good for love in 2024. And a lot of Cancers kind of need this because some of you have been through a lot, have been through the ringer with Pluto in the seventh house. And then also few years ago, you had Saturn in the seventh house of committed partnerships. So that really could have been a 1-2 punch for relationships that were teetering on the edge. And so new relationships coming in is what you would be interested in for sure. Okay, that's what I have for you, Cancer. I hope that this resonated. If you would like a private reading, the link is below. Take care. Bye.